And now I would like to warmly welcome Ebba Busch, our Deputy Prime Minister, Minister for Energy and Enterprise, to please give her welcome remarks. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Excellencies, distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to start off by saying thank you so much once again for organizing and hosting this event. And of course, a special thanks goes out to Dr. Jitendra Singh, the Honorable Indian Minister for Science and Technology, and especially for those heartfelt words at the end here. Ambassadors and all distinguished guests and colleagues gathered here today, in person and virtually. I'm delighted to be here in person for the second time at the India-Sweden Innovation Day, and it is a privilege to be with so many colleagues working towards a future that is truly green. And I would say it's green in two ways. It's green as in the green transition, obviously, but also green as in making money. Because I think that Sweden and India really serves as good examples of the type of innovation that makes it possible for people to see a little bit of hope and to see that there is a possibility of combining both high-set climate targets and economic growth at the same time. And I would say that we meet at a time when the Swedish-India partnership is flourishing. Trade in goods and services between Sweden and India has been increasing steadily for the past years, and the total volume of trade has been growing by about 15% annually over the last 5-year period. That's quite good, I would say, but I think we can do more. And the digital and green transition is front and center of our joint efforts. We have seen ever-deepening political engagement. Since this Swedish government took office 2 years ago, 5 Swedish ministers have traveled to India. I still have that on my bucket list. Only a couple of weeks ago, the Swedish State Secretary for International Trade was in Bangalore with the business and research delegation that were heard of earlier here today, participating in the first ever Sweden-India Space Industry Day. And space is an area of collaboration with great possibilities, and the visit clearly exemplifies the great potential that exists in the relationship between specifically Sweden and India. A whole new research and commercial market is opening up in a geospatial services that can enable the green and digital transition. India, with its young population and fast-growing economy, is one of the largest startup ecosystems globally, with over 75,000 startups and, as we heard, 100 unicorns. That's quite impressive. And together with Sweden's global position in innovation, this makes us an unbeatable partner as we pace towards our net zero commitments. And the role of the private sector here is absolutely crucial. And I'm happy to see so many familiar faces in the audience today, because combined with public funds and an innovative mindset, the private sector really is instrumental to realizing a green transition for all. I'm pleased to see that India is swiftly moving in the direction of towards public-private partnership and an enhanced role of private businesses in the green transition. My Prime Minister has stated in many settings in Sweden that in Sweden, in many ways, it is the companies, it is the private sector that are really the true climate heroes that are driving now this transition. And the Leadership Group for Industry Transition, LEADIT, is a good example of how countries and businesses can work together to advance the green transition. LEADIT is a world-leading high-level forum for public-private cooperation working to achieve net zero emissions from heavy industries by 2050. And it is all happening thanks to Sweden and India sharing the initiative together. because I believe that difficult problems are best solved together. I'm especially excited about the ongoing work on the Sweden-India Industrial Transition Partnership, ITP, jointly launched by Prime Minister Modi and Kristersson at COP28 in Dubai last year. And the ITP engages with leading companies in the cement and steel industries, and some of you, as we've already heard, are present here today. Thank you for being here. These are industries that have been viewed as particularly hard to abate, but that are also essential for our continued economic advancement. And through R&D, innovation, and technology dissemination, we will make these sectors greener and with mutual benefits to both Sweden, India, and actually the rest of the world. And I say that in a humble way. When it comes to strategic innovation partnerships, my government is currently funding 7 Swedish offices of science and innovation overseas, located in countries of strategic importance, India, of course, being one of them. Through our office in New Delhi, we are committed to create a framework supporting our innovators, scientists, and businesses through policies, research, and industrial collaboration, and of course, co-funding. The Swedish government recognizes that R&D is at the core of developing greener solutions, and I am delighted to say that as part of my government's growth agenda, we will focus investments on research to implement the climate transition, support our energy policy, and help build a more prosperous Sweden. Initiatives such as today's really highlight how important partnerships with like-minded countries are. I talk a lot in global and in international settings about the need for value chains, values in a double sense, creating economic values, but also with countries with whom we have the same type of values. And the challenges we face now know no borders and can only be addressed through a shared determination to increase green growth and reducing fossil fuels in the economy. India and Sweden share this determination. I wish you a successful day and look forward to learning more from today's discussions and maybe next year in India. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I think, ma'am, sir, thank you very much for the inauguration.